Tim Black for tuning in to Tim Take Live. SNL has been trying to stop the bleeding for a while. Unfortunately, they haven't been doing a good job at it. So what do? They bring in the big guns. There are no bigger guns than Prince. Prince! Man, Prince was the musical guest, and let me tell you something. He killed it. This guy Prince, man. Now, people have been saying that Michael Jackson was weird. Weird as hell, right? And I agree he was weird as hell, but he was very talented. But we all knew Michael Jackson did weird shit. Like, get the elephant man bones, sleep with monkeys, shit like that, right? But what is Prince doing? Prince looks the same way he looked back in 1984. He's the same guy. How does that happen? Did he have a body transplant? And look, he still had the same vocal cords, same vocal range. He still can perform and command the stage. All the same shit. The guy did a pop song, slid that into a rock song, and slid that into an R&B song without missing a beat. The man can do whatever he wants to do. This is the same guy who wore jeans with no ass in them, and nobody made fun of him. He's 50 years old, and he's still making women wet. The man he's Prince. But I don't think it was enough to save SNL's ratings. No, I don't think so. They also brought in Chris Rock. Now, Chris Rock, he had a monologue. And Chris, I'm edgy. I like being edgy. He's offensive. Edgily offensive humor. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love that type of humor. It's the type of humor I'm most comfortable with. People pushing the envelope. So Chris, he did a joke about 9/11, which isn't easy, because you are talking about death. So he did that joke, and he started talking about, people trying to profit off 9/11. And he talked about the Freedom Tower, and how nobody's going to go in the Freedom Tower. And that was funny. But man, I was hoping he would really give us something like, I don't know, like the drone attacks. Talked about that shit. Somehow made drone attacks funny. Like, instead of Bush talking about they hate us for our freedom, maybe they hate us because we killed women and children. We killed the whole family. That's why they hate us. But hate's a strong word. Maybe they're just mildly pissed off. I don't know. That wouldn't have been funny, though. But then he went on, he did a skit with ISIS and ISIL, Shark Tank skit, and that was funny. But I kept wanting more. I wanted something different, kick it up a notch. Talk about landmines. Talk about bombing Afghanistan back to the Stone Age that they're already in. And I guess he thought it was edgy to talk about, it's edgy. I'm talking about Christmas, and how we sell out Jesus. And I guess that's edgy if you're really a stickler for shit. But come on, we've been making Christmas jokes all this time. If Chris really wanted to be edgy, he'd have made jokes about Mike Brown, or Darren Wilson, or the Ferguson riots. Somehow make that shit funny. Or maybe that'll be in his next stand-up routine. I don't know. It's enough to get Black Twitter mad at you. But everybody else would have laughed. It's funny. I'm Chris Rock. I make edgy comedy. No, Chris, you make comedy that's mildly offensive to marginal groups. I don't know. I like Chris Rock, don't get me wrong, man. I just want a little bit more. And with this last episode, SNL, they still can't compete with Key and Peele. They just can't do it. I'm sorry. It's just missing something. Writing. Now they got writing. Comedic timing. They got comedic timing. What is it that they're missing? It's just something, man. I don't know what it is. I'm just not feeling it the way I need to be feeling it to tune in every week. They did everything they could do to stop the bleeding. And they tied it off. They did a tourniquet. They tied it off. But unfortunately, I think they're still going to lose the arm.